Why, hello there YouTube, and welcome to another edition of the Final Girl Files. So, in this one I thought we'd do a 90s Final Girl that has pretty much made her way into the 21st century as the franchise has continued. We're going over what was my OG Final Girl, Sidney Prescott. Enjoy it. The Final Girl Files, Sidney Prescott. First appearance, Scream. Species, human. Portrayed by Neve Campbell. Created by Kevin Williamson. Sidney Prescott, living in the town of Woodsboro, was just a regular teenager and also had a loss of her mother. But 1 year later, after her mother's passing, a series of killings began to happen and unfold, as a killer wearing a screaming costume known as Ghostface was picking people off one by one. Sidney, at first, stating she doesn't like scary movies as they are terrible and unwatchable, but soon found that she was actually in one, as she was targeted by the killer Ghostface. And of course, during the film, she loses her virginity to her boyfriend Billy Loomis, who was at first believed to be the killer, which actually turned out to be true, but had a help with Stu Mocker at the helm, where it was revealed that Sidney's mother, Maureen Prescott, was partly responsible for Billy's downfall, as there was some vendetta going on. But of course, Sidney managed to overpower them both and break one of the rules by having sex, but she survived regardless, even though she no longer be a virgin. In the events of the second film, when she's moved on and in college, she is again attacked by another Ghostface killer. Another killer, a Ghostface killer, was out killing, again holding a vendetta against Sidney, and it was revealed that Ghostface was again two people. Mickey, who was one of Sidney's friends in the movie, but was led by none other than Billy's mother, Nancy Loomis, as a revenge killing for her son. Of course, she managed to get the upper hand and overpower them two and kill them both, and just to make sure, like with Billy, put a bullet to the head, just as an extra precaution. But in the events of the third Scream film, it was revealed that Sidney's mother, Maureen, went to Hollywood to try and fulfill an ambition of being an actress, and even had an affair with a producer, which caused the conception of her half-brother, Roman, who, in this film, was the only solo Ghostface to kill. And it was also revealed that before the events of the first Scream, Roman orchestrated the whole thing with Billy and Stu to kill in the first film, and of course fulfilling what is said to be a trilogy. Of course, Sidney had then managed to overpower Roman and kill him too, but knowing that he was her half-brother, she held his hand as he died the first time, before taking a bullet to the head. In the events of Scream 4, Sidney returned home to Woodsboro, where she'd published a memoir and was with two other survivors, originals you could say, Dewey Riley and his wife at the time, Gail Weathers, who had also become regulars in the series, surviving the events of Scream 1, 2 and 3. In this, though, it was revealed that Ghostface was back once again, though this time the perpetrator was none other than her cousin, Jill Roberts, who took on the Ghostface persona, along with another accomplice, Charlie Walker, and Jill almost got away with her crimes as she managed to almost recreate what Stu and Billy attempted to do in the first film by making it look like that they're not the killers. But Sidney, being the tough fighter she was, survived the ordeal and faced Jill by putting an end to her murderous ways. By the year 2022, the series returned again with a fifth film, simply called Scream, but was Scream 5, where Sidney had moved on and lived a quiet life with a family and her husband, Mark Kincaid, who was the detective in the third Scream film, as they started a relationship and a family together. And, of course, the original three, Sidney, Dewey and Gail, came face to face with a new generation of characters and Ghostface killers, although this time Dewey had met his demise and was killed, with Sidney and Gail surviving. But at this point, with them having so much go on in their lives with this ordeal, living their scary movie, they were pretty much prepared and didn't take anything from the Ghostface killers. During the events of the sixth film, Sidney had gone into hiding and her whereabouts were unknown, with only Gail, the one original, returning from the original franchise. But, of course, with Scream 7 in development, she is to make a return again. So, we're not quite done with Sidney Prescott just yet. But, will she survive this installment of the Scream franchise? Or, in a shock twist, like Dewey, will she meet her maker? Only time will tell. And there you go. There is the final girl files on Sidney Prescott. Is there anything I missed on this one? Well, do let me know down below in the comments. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. All of my social media links are linked down below in the description, so feel free to check all that out. I've been Random Ross, and this has been the Final Girl Files. So, until next time, don't have nightmares.